Namaste, dear friends, and I hope you're doing well. Apologies for the very long period of time which I haven't posted anything new. I'm going to jump straight into the topic right now. So I'm going to talk to you what is Arudha Lagna is all about and how you can benefit from this. Also on how to find this in your charts. Now let's look at the words first. Arudha Lagna. Lagna can be many things in different contexts, but to just give you a general or firm idea what Lagna means, is a starting point, it's a reference, it's a datum, as we call it. It begins, okay? It's a point of beginning. That's what at least for this video, you can understand that Lagna is a reference or a beginning or starting point. Arudha is what is interesting. Now, Arudha literally means to rise, to elevate, to move yourself up, okay, to mount. Why is it said as such? Why is Arudha? Why is Arudha Lagna important? Okay, now that you know that it means on a literal sense, it means to rise or to increase or to elevate. How is it going to be beneficial for you? I'm going to give you an analogy here. Now, you're going to watch a show, all right? You turn on the TV, you're sitting on your favorite couch in a very cozy living room, and you switch it on, and the movie starts. As the movie progresses, you're not bound by any form of restrictions, isn't it? I mean, you're in your house, in your living area, and you're watching your show. You can curse, you can shout, you can scream if it's a scary movie. You can give comments. You can be very audacious about things. You can express yourself emotionally. But can you do this in a cinema? No, you can't. Why? It's because we are bound by social rules or social conditioning since birth. Since birth, we have been said, okay, you need to go out, means you need to dress yourself. Basic things, all right? You shouldn't be talking to people rudely. Hold your tongue. Do not say anything foolishly outside. All these things are social conditionings that we develop since young, right? So as you can see, there's two different personalities here, isn't it? One is your true self, right? At home, you're free to make decisions, and you're not bound by those social conditioning which I just mentioned. But when you go out of your house, you are immediately in a different realm, I would say. Okay, so this different social realm, when you go outside, is what Arudha means. Okay, it's a reflection. Okay, it's a mirror. It's a mirror to see that how you behave outside. So Arudha Lagna essentially can show you what people think about you on an exterior factor, I would say, or how would they look at you externally. This is important. One may think, isn't it important to know who we are on a very deeper level? Why is it important to know how we behave outside? Now, it is very important. Why? Is because success, or one of the factors of success, is measured through how do we understand social conditionings. That's one of the factors for success. The more we understand social conditionings, the more we get along with social rules and regulations and protocols, do's and don'ts, we are that much closer to success. It is true. One of the factors for success is understanding our environment socially, how we adapt to that, right? So it is very important that we understand how people think about us, what people think about us, and how we can adjust to that condition of that. It is really nice, because say if you're meeting somebody for the first time and you happen to know that person's charts, you will have an understanding of what this person or how this person would behave to you, because you know how this personality is outside. Now, of course, we are not going to talk about people's chart here. We're going to talk about your own chart. So at least you will have an idea that, yes, this is how I behave outside of my comfort zone. All right. Perhaps I should change it differently to condition myself with my existing community. You can be anywhere in the world, from Alaska to Adelaide. Can be anywhere in the world, right? So knowing how you behave, although it may seem apparent, but trust me, we do not know how we behave outside. We are bound by this very complex social conditionings. So Arudha Lagna gives us an avenue, gives us an opportunity to understand what are our innate, what are our inclinations, or what are our dispositions, or whatever you want to call, what are our innate personality, and what are our external personality, and how we can take advantage of these situations. Okay, so now that you understand what Arudha Lagna means, let's see how you can find it in your charts. It's very, very easy. You open up your Rasi chart, you look for your Lagna. Now the lordship of your Lagna, okay, let's say your ascendant or your Lagna is in, let me see, let's say it's in Mesha. Or let's say it's in Meena. Okay, for example, your Lagna is in Meena. Now the lordship of Meena or Pisces is Jupiter, Brihaspati. Now you count and then you look where Brihaspati or Jupiter is positioned in your Rasi chart, and you count the number of houses it takes for you to reach from your Lagna to your lordship, which is Jupiter. Okay. Now, for example, Jupiter is in let's say Simha or Leo. So from Meena to Simha, it's 7 houses. Now that's a bad example because that's one of the rulings. Now let's assume that Jupiter is in the let me see here, in Cancer, okay, or in Karkataka. That's 5 houses away. From Meena to Cancer is 5 houses away. So what you do is, from Cancer, where Jupiter is, you count 5 houses. So from Cancer is 1, and then Simha 2, Kanya 3, Vrishabha 4, and Vrichika or Scorpio 5. Now that's where your Arudha Lagna would reside. Okay, quite simple, right? You count the number of houses it took from your ascendant to its lord. Okay, then from the lord you count the number of steps it took. Just example, just now the 5 steps means you have to count 5 steps from that lordship's house. I hope that makes sense. If not, I'll try to cover a video on this. Okay, so to give you more clarity on that, but I think it's quite easy to understand. Now there are some rules to this. Okay, the first rule is, if at all that you notice that the Lagna, the Arudha Lagna falls, when you calculate it, it falls exactly on the ascendant again. Okay, it falls again on the same ascendant, or rather the Arudha Lagna falls in the first house. It cannot be applied. Okay, you have to move 10 spaces. Okay, whatever the calculations are, if it falls under the first house, then just add 10 houses from the lordship. Okay, if it's on the 7th house, Arudha Lagna happens to be falling on the 7th house. Okay, that will be bad as well, and you need to add 4 houses from there. Now this may be confusing because it's not on a video format. I'll try to do a video on this, but as long as you understand that what Arudha Lagna is all about, that is important here. Because to find where Arudha Lagna is, I mean, almost all the softwares that I know does that. It can easily show you where your Arudha Lagna is. Jagannatha Hora is another one. Or you can have your own software tools, whichever that you use. It will certainly show where your many of your Lagnas are. One of it is the Arudha Lagna. Now, this Arudha Lagna's Rasi, okay, will give you an understanding. Okay, let's say if it falls in Leo, it would give you an understanding on what sort of person you behave outside. Like Leo's personality is strong-willed, confidence, the ability to accept challenges, a little bit arrogant. Those sort of personality is shown outwardly. So I hope you had some understanding on what Arudha Lagna is all about, some of its do's and don'ts, and I hope you could get better understanding on how you behave outside in your particular social community, in your environment, and perhaps you could take some steps in order for you to correct those and be more successful in that area. Okay, so again, apologies for the delay. I'll try to be more, I'll try to post new videos in a timely fashion. So thank you. Namaste.